What if the limits you've set for yourself, the walls you've built around your potential, are all just illusions? Imagine for a moment that every time you've ever given up, every time you've said, "I can't do anymore," you are actually leaving 60% of your power on the table. This isn't just a motivational slogan. It's a philosophy lived by a man who has pushed the boundaries of human endurance to a place most of us can't even fathom. He believes that most of us are operating at only 40% of our true capabilities. This is the story of David Goggins, and it might just change the way you see your own life. Growing up in a household plagued by brutal domestic abuse, he was a kid filled with fear and insecurity. He battled racism, a learning disability that left him struggling in school, and a severe stutter. By his late 20s, his life had spiraled. He was working a dead-end job as an exterminator, weighing nearly 300 pounds, and his spirit was crushed. He was the definition of a broken man, living a life of quiet desperation. He looked in the mirror one day and didn't recognize the person staring back. He was disgusted, and in that moment of pure self-loathing, a spark ignited. He decided he was done being a victim of his circumstances. He decided to rewrite his story, to become a Navy SEAL, one of the most elite fighting forces on the planet. The recruiters literally laughed at him. He was almost 100 pounds over the weight limit and had just 3 months to lose it all to even be considered for training. What followed was an insane regimen of brutal workouts and a starvation diet. He lost 106 pounds in less than 3 months. But getting to the starting line was the easy part. What came next was Hell Week, a grueling 5.5-day stretch where recruits are pushed to the absolute brink of physical and mental collapse, with less than 4 hours of sleep in total. Goggins didn't just go through Hell Week once. He went through it 3 times in a single year. The first time, he developed pneumonia. The second time, he suffered a fractured kneecap. Most people would have quit. Most people would have taken it as a sign that it just wasn't meant to be. But Goggins isn't most people. He came back a 3rd time with broken bones in his feet and finally earned his place as a Navy SEAL. He turned his attention to the world of ultra-endurance sports. We're not talking about your local 5K race. We're talking about races that are over 100 miles long, sometimes through brutal desert heat or freezing mountain conditions. He has competed in more than 70 ultra-marathons, often placing in the top 5, even against professional athletes. He did this not because he loved running. In fact, he famously hates running. He did it because it was hard, because it forced him to confront the voice in his head that begged him to stop. In one of his most legendary feats, he decided to break the Guinness World Record for the most pull-ups in 24 hours. It all comes down to Goggins' signature philosophy, the 40% rule. He believes that when your mind is screaming at you to stop, when you feel like you have absolutely nothing left in the tank, you are really only at 40% of your actual capacity. That voice telling you to quit, to take the easy way out, is just your brain's survival mechanism trying to protect you from pain and discomfort. It's designed to keep you safe in your comfort zone. But as Goggins teaches, your comfort zone is a place where nothing ever grows. The real growth, the real transformation, happens on the other side of suffering. When you hit that 40% wall, you have a choice. You can listen to the voice and give in. Or you can acknowledge it, tell it to shut up, and take one more step, and then another, and another. That's where you find the other 60%. Just like your hands develop calluses to protect them from friction when you lift weights, your mind can develop resilience by intentionally putting yourself in uncomfortable situations. It's about willingly seeking out challenges. It's about doing the things you don't want to do every single day. Wake up early when your bed feels warm and cozy. Go for a run when it's raining outside. Study for that exam when you'd rather watch TV. Take on the project at work that everyone else is avoiding. Each time you choose discomfort over comfort, you are building a little bit of mental armor. You are teaching your brain that you are in control, not the other way around. Goggins calls this taking souls. You're not taking someone else's soul. You're taking the soul of that weak, undisciplined version of yourself that wants to quit. You're proving to yourself over and over that you are capable of more. Most of us will never do those things, and that's okay. The battlefield is different for everyone. Your ultramarathon might be starting a business, overcoming a phobia, having a difficult conversation, or simply getting out of bed when you're struggling with your mental health. The principles are exactly the same. It's about facing the things that make you uncomfortable and refusing to back down. It's about accountability. Goggins talks about the accountability mirror, looking at yourself and being brutally honest about your weaknesses and your excuses. Stop blaming your genetics, your past, or your circumstances. Own your shortcomings and then create a plan to attack them. The next time that voice in your head tells you that you're done, I want you to remember the 40% rule. I want you to ask yourself, am I really finished, or am I just getting started? You have a reservoir of strength and resilience inside you that you haven't even begun to tap into. That extra 60% is waiting for you. It's waiting in the discomfort, in the struggle, in the decision to push just a little bit harder. Don't let your mind's desire for comfort rob you of your true potential. Go out there, find what makes you uncomfortable, and run towards it. Callous your mind. Discover what you're really made of. You are so much stronger than you think. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content to help you unlock your best self. Stay hard.